welcome to our Tasty Dialogues, where we'll be talking about different issues in our Southern African region. And as you've been following, we've been doing dialogues here at Crown Plaza, Nairobi, Kenya, where the Pan-African Conference on Illicit Finances and Taxation is being held. And as we're concluding the conference, we are joined here with Executive Director of TJNA, Mr. Alvin. Mr. Alvin, welcome to our dialogues.
Thank you very much. Happy to be here.
You are welcome. Now, this meeting seems to be big. Actually, it's my first time attending, but I would like to know, as well as the other viewers who are watching us on the previous, what was the highlights from the previous park that we had, and what is the difference now with this one that we're hearing today?
Yeah, thank you very much. So, the original idea of setting up the park was supposed to be a space where different actors can convene to share, learn, and exchange ideas on the kind of opportunities and challenges that the continent is facing in its effort to generate domestic resources to finance economic development. That's really the foundation of the Pan-Africa Conference. We started pretty small. This is the 7th time we are holding the park. And originally we were bringing together about 50 people, 50 participants, largely civil society organizations across the continent. But over time, we have seen the interests in the conference grow bigger and bigger. This year, we managed to draw together over 200 participants that participated in this conference. And it's not just the number of people who participated, but it's also the kind of the variety of people who participated. We had governments attending, revenue authorities, journalists were in the room, civil society, very strong participation from the academia. So it is really, we are seeing this space really establishing itself as the one space to be once in a year in terms of taking stock on the continent's effort to finance its own development and tackle the illicit financial flows phenomenon.
Okay. Now, with this year's conference, what can you say as a summary could be the take-home message for all the African countries that have been following in this conference?
I think that what the main take-home of this conference is that Africa need to be aware and need to wake up to the fact that the global economy is changing. Someone said in the conference that the biggest resource you can have is not even oil, but data. Companies that own data, that manage data, the Facebooks, the Twitters, and others are the ones that are going to be controlling the economy in the future. The role that digitization is playing in our economies is going to become even more and more important. And it's important that the African countries look at these issues and ask how is this new trend in the changes in the economy affecting the continent's effort to generate tax resources.
Now, with everything that has been discussed, we saw that there have been different panels specializing on different issues, and a lot of detailed information was discussed, and they came up with different resolutions. Now, in terms of implementation and also seeing what you've discussed being implemented in all the African countries, by the time we get to the next, that will be the 8th park, we are told that is being held in Senegal. What is it that you're expecting that by the next park, maybe we would have been seeing this happening, or where do you see yourselves with your agenda for the conference being?
Of course, the park does not end here. The number of recommendations that have been made in this conference as an organization and as partner organization, as you might be aware, it was not just the Tax Justice Network Africa that was organizing this conference, but it brought together 10 other institutions that were co-convening this conference. And we together, we will be working together to ensure that how do the recommendations out of this conference feed into other ongoing processes, be it national level processes or regional level processes. So we are really excited about this, but more importantly, I think that it has brought us the opportunity to really synthesize what the key issues are and how we can be able to track those issues going forward. Until we meet again in Senegal next year, we'll be able to take stock and look back and see where were we at the beginning of the year and where are we now.
Well, that will be all. Thank you so much, Alvin. And guys, if you're following our dialogues and you have any questions in regards to this, feel free to email me at sharon@southerntimesafrica.com, and also follow us on our digital platforms to get updates on what has been happening during this park. Thank you so much for watching.